Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about FLEX2EDUCATE, redesigning education for the future. Educational technologies, we have bandwidth and immediacy. Okay, for bandwidth refers to the measurement of the amount of information that can be sent between computers. Then we have immediacy. It refers to how quickly we expect our student to respond when interacting with us and with each other. Okay, so our pandemic year, a COVID-19 timeline. For my presentation this afternoon, I will start with a snapshot of the pandemic timeline that causes the disruption. So it started on December 8, 2019. Ito yung unang recorded patient sa Wuhan, China na report, no, nagkaroon ng symptoms similar to previous corona infection. Then by January 2020, ito na yung mysterious new illness appear. Then it was identified by the Chinese authorities. They called it novel coronavirus or nCoV. Tapos naging COVID-19. Then in the same month and year, January 2020, na-declare, no? Na-declare yung kauna-unahang case na may namatay sa COVID-19. Then by March 2020, the virus is spread and cases multiple worldwide. Dahilan upang mag-declare ng lockdown, to flatten the curve of skyrocketing cases. Then by July 2020, people struggle kasi walang work, walang trabaho. People struggle due to continued unemployment and school closure. So by December 2020, finally, ito na yung US FDA authorizes to COVID-19 vaccines. We have Pfizer's and BioNTech. It was December 11, 2020, then nang ma-discover ang new variants of virus na tinatawag na Delta variant. So today, we are still wearing face masks and our school remain closed. Pero yung ibang school ay nag-open na rin, no? Nag-open na sila unti-unti. Some of the schools ay unti-unti na rin po nag-open. So school year 2020-2021 will always be remembered as historically challenging and different from other years in the life of the Philippine education for both public and private schools. Measures to continue students' learning during school closure. So we have different learning activities. We have activities for online asynchronous and synchronous. And for not internet-based or what we call the modular-based. So during lockdown, nagkaroon ng struggle kung paano mag-create ng learning experiences alternative, no, to that of the face-to-face. So medyo nahirapan yung national government natin and the Department of Education kung paano magkakaroon ng similar experiences and learning outcomes of typical in-campus activities such as lectures, class discussions, examinations, under the remote learning mode. Kaya naman, we came up with different learning activities for different distance learning modalities. So for online asynchronous strategies and synchronous. So iba din po sa modular. Okay? So we have here learning activities for synchronous, asynchronous, and not internet-based. So for lectures, we have live streaming. So we are very lucky here, no, in Valenzuela, no, kasi we have live streaming. Valenzuela was very lucky to have an online live streaming. And then for online asynchronous naman, we have recorded video. We prepared narrated slides or recorded video or replay live streaming on YouTube na pwedeng sundan ng mga bata at pag-aralan. For not internet-based, we have delivered print or stored documents and videos. Then for class discussion, we have virtual meetings. We can use different platforms like Zoom. We have Gmeet, MS Teams to conduct discussions. Then we have group discussions for asynchronous, no? Online asynchronous. We can post, no? We can post through messengers, epic groups, Google Classroom or Edmodo. And then for group work, for online, pwede tayong mag-breakthrough. Pag gusto po natin magpa-activity ng groupings, pwede itong gawin no, sa Zoom, yung breakthrough session no, by groupings. So pwede natin itong gawin. So, maganda itong activities na to no, para sa mga online synchronous. So find a good videos made by the experts. So most popular FB Messenger are easy to use and easy to access. They have low internet bandwidth, practically no, working on any mobile phone. Okay, so these are some apps na pwede, no, pwede kay Android, pwede kay Apple, no. So mamimili lang tayo. So we don't need to have really strong internet connections. Alam naman natin, no, yung Messenger, they are user-friendly. Okay, so one more thing why I like Messenger and FB group, because you can communicate with parents without losing your privacy. Pwede tayo mag-group chat, pwede tayo mag-video calls, consuming less internet, very easy to use for both parties. Okay, and videos are proven effective because they prefer audio and video. So alam naman natin yung mga millennial learners natin, they are audio and visual learners. So videos can sum up concept or certain paper of a book in just a minute. Millennials students, alam naman natin, no, they prepare the video than reading a lengthy captions. So just a suggestions, we must create our own video content kasi it feels your own connection. So pumapasok din po dito pag tayo po yung gumawa, pumapasok din po yung localization. Okay? And it feels your own connection, sort of personal touch. At pag nasa video ka, nakikita ka ng bata mo, ng estudyante mo, it seems that you are talking to them. Talking to them and that you are not distant. No? Hindi tayo parang feeling lang, hindi tayo malayo. No? Okay, so for output submission, pwede natin gamitin yung chat poll, upload email through Messenger, FB group, pwede din poll, and then correspondence. So we have various forms of learning content. No? We may also offer to our students depending on the user's prepared immediacy and internet bandwidth. So pag sinabi natin immediacy, it refers to how quickly the students and faculty correspond to each other. Ito yung mga instructional video streaming, and video conferencing activities. It requires high bandwidth internet connection, and this will work greatly, syempre, sa mga batang may computers and gadgets and fast reliable internet access with unlimited data plans. So for other students na pwede namang malimit ang kanilang ability to participate in course activities, this can jeopardize their success in the course. Ito yung nagkikreate sila ng sense of anxiety, yung feeling ng mga bata na naiwan sila. Pero being a teacher, syempre, gumagawa tayo ng mga paraan, no? Para maramdaman nila, ma-feel nila na hindi naman talaga sila naiwan. Kaya meron tayong academic ease. So last year, nagkaroon tayo ng flexible remote system. In the emergency remote teaching, it was well-designed remote learning experiences. It is engaging, efficient, accessible, because they are unlimited. They have unlimited access at any time and from any place with internet access. Then flexible, yung mga modular natin according to their own pace module. So yung po yung nangyari, di ba? Concerning how the pandemic permanently reshape our education. So yung one-year experience natin in remote learning made it clear that learning virtually has a place in our school. So sabi nga ng iba, it's a substitute for other says, it's just a supplement. But regardless where you stand, remote learning will be most likely to stay. So second, considering the problems caused by the pandemic won't disappear immediately. Students will continue to need mental health. Okay, so many teachers, sabi nga nila, they describe teaching during pandemic frustrating and exhausting. So yun yung madalas na mabasa natin sa mga comment section and past posts sa social media, no? Then we have to become technology wizard. Kasi if you will not go with the flow, maiiwan kasi tayo eh. So naging ano tayo, Zoom, screen DJs, counselor, cheerleaders, and teachers all in one. So in most cases, yung mga workloads natin na double, the stress levels quadrupled, and to make it worse, nothing in our training had prepared them for this. Wala naman talaga naging prepared kasi hindi naman natin alam talaga na magkakaroon ng ganito. Pero dahil tayo, we are Filipino teachers, we are very resourceful. We are also resilient. So kahit ano man yung dumating, kinakaya natin, nakakagawa tayo ng paraan. Wala naman training na naibigay sa DepEd, pero kinaya at kakayanin natin, no? Although, pagkatapos nun, syempre, hindi naman tayo pinabayaan ng DepEd. Agad no, na nagpalabas ng DepEd Order number 12, Series of 2020, ang DepEd, no? So ito yung Adaptation of Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for school year 2020-2021. So yun po yung pinalabas ng ating Department of Education. How the pandemic is reshaping our education. So before the pandemic began and ang mga pupils natin walang gadgets, computer or internet connection at home. Pero ngayon, over the last year by necessity na kasi yung internet eh. Kasi talagang kailangan na. Vast majority of our students have been connected. Millions of devices and hotspots have been purchased and distributed. So isang ating local government na nag-adapt ng ganitong project. So kahit papaano ay maswerte pa din na maituturing dahil may mga nagamit pa din no, sa ating online class ang mga bata natin. So what are the challenges of modular distance learning in the Philippines? First, we have availability and access to printed materials and resources. So sometimes, kulang yung printed materials na dumadating or kulang ang mga pages sa division. Okay? Pero, maswerte pa rin nga tayo, sabi ko nga, dahil dito sa atin, no, hindi na natin kailangang mag-travel. Hindi na natin kailangan dalhin sa mga bata, no? Unlike with other division, kailangan nilang tumawid. They need to travel. Kailangan nilang sumakay ng bangka, kailangan nilang tumawid ng ilog, tumawid ng bundok, ng mga dagat, no? Para ma-reach out lang yung mga peoples nila. And they need to do partnership with the private sectors and the LGU to deliver the printed modules. So another challenge is yung limited interaction among teachers and students. Kasi through text and messengers, kung yun lang yung magiging communication, medyo mahirap din. So then the capacity for independent learning, including the parent coaching, I think this is one of the major problem, no? The capacity for independent learning, somebody who will sit down with our learners, who will take responsible with his or her learning, yung capacity ni parent bilang coach, mentor for students, and that is a challenge to us. Yan yung naging problem natin, okay? So, sabi nga dito, no? Let's draw inspiration from the famous quote above by Albert Einstein. Okay, so we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. So, Einstein was certainly right. Hindi natin masosolve ang problem by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. So in addition for this, with the rapid changes in society, the methods that we have used to solve many of the problems we face no longer effective. Kailangan natin mag-develop ng mga new ways of thinking in order to design better solutions, services, and experiences that solve current problems. So, ang pinaka-bottom line po dito, kahit anong sitwasyon ang ating kinakaharap, we need to rise up. We need to rise up to a new consciousness. Sa mga bata natin, ang solution na ginagamit mo sa isa ay maaaring hindi applicable sa isa. So for now, because we have limited time, gagawin po nating online asynchronous I will post this activity in our FB group, no? So for this exercise, list down all possible solutions that you can think of to provide some solutions or even alleviate the problems of our students. Try to incorporate your ideas on flexible teaching strategies or instructional materials. You may accompany your list with a wacky photo of yourself, aka Einstein, in your light bulb moment while coming up with your bright ideas. Okay. So what is a professional learning network? Ano nga ba yung professional learning network? So according to Mark Andre Lalande, a personal learning network is a way of describing the group of people that you connect with to learn their ideas, their questions, their reflections, and their references. So why? Why every teacher needs a professional learning network? Okay, so first, 10 reasons, no, why every teacher needs a professional learning network. Okay, number 1, find a great resources, lesson plan, and conferences. So webinars are all around. We don't need to spend a lot of money, accommodation, traveling like what I have done last year. Okay, so noon, last year, di ba, kung natatandaan niyo po mga teachers, paramihan tayo ng webinars na inaatinan. We have in the morning, we have in the afternoon, sometimes meron pa ang gabi, no? Like my experience, no? In the morning, I was in Cebu. In the afternoon, I was in Thailand. And in the evening, I was in New York. But sad to say, I wasn't able to get my certificate kasi nakatulog ako ng 1 o'clock a.m. no? So 12 kasi nagsimula yung sa New York, naka-join ako sa Zoom, pero nakatulog ako, so hindi ko nakuha, no? Then nagising ako, tapos na siya. Meron yung to get the e-cert, no? You must answer the evaluation form. Alam naman natin, laging lahat ng mga webinars kadalasan, you need to answer the evaluation form right after the webinar. Okay, so next is, so ito, sabi ko nga, napakatipid, no? Webinars are all around. Matipid po siya. Kahit nasa bahay ka lang, we can attend down. Matipid sa gasolina, matipid sa damit, matipid sa pabango, sa makeup, matipid po sa lahat. Okay, so next, we have share your resources and ideas. So sa share your ideas and resources, if you have talent, if you have ideas, share it para sabay-sabay tayo mag-grow professionally. So, sabi nga nila, no, sharing is caring. So share your own resources and ideas. If you get from others, you also share with others. So sabi nga nila, wag daw tayo magdadamot. So next, number 3, follow amazing educators and their blogs. Yan, alam naman natin, di ba, maraming mga amazing educators na nagsishare ng kanilang mga blogs. So let us follow amazing educators. We cannot do it alone. With our students, we should build professional learning network, and we need to continuously, learn with each other and share with whatever we know with one another. Next, number 4, get support when needed. Okay, and for number 5, make international connections. Okay, magkaroon tayo ng international connections. Okay, so meaning we are not just limited now in the Philippines. We are not just limited now in our own region, in our own division, but we are now worldwide, no? Hindi lang sa Philippines, hindi lang sa Asia, worldwide. Okay? And then next, number 6, we have to flatten your classroom walls. So we are not a box anymore. We are giving opportunity to explore and really discover new ways of doing things in teaching, of being engaged to our students. And for number 7, we need to collaborate globally on projects. So meaning you can do now, or you can now do projects externally to others, teachers, with a research project, or come up with a teacher's training and provide your own context here in the Philippines. O diba, bongga, globally project. And then, For number 8, find round the clock inspiration. So if you have a network, you can share stories like what I'm doing now. I can share my stories, experiences. It can be a sources of inspiration to us or tips on finding effective applications online, how they do it, paano ba nila to ginawa, at paano ba nila na-overcome yung mga challenges na to. So next, number 9, learn the latest trends in education. Ayan. We need to learn the latest trends in education. If you have a network, you have to, you need to check, no? We need to check out the latest information, learn the latest trends. So teachers should be well-versed of technology so they can take advantage, and being 21st century teachers, we are very flexible. We are flexible. Kaya nating sumabay. Sabi nga nila, education is a continuous process, no? And becoming a flexible teacher, it is a must because our learners are different. And as educators, kailangan nating mag-adapt, no? Mag-adapt sa mga needs ng ating mga learners. Kailangan nating mag-evolve with the environment. And never run out of ideas. Kailangan daw, hindi daw tayo nagra-run out of ideas for new things to try with our students. Okay, so we need to try, time to reinvent yourself, reinventing our strategies every year because nothing is fixed in stone, transform, and evolve. So keep calm. It's the new normal. It's part of the human evolution. So with that, I would like to say thank you.